Yeshua, you deny Muhammad and Islam as the ultimate truth that will require most times the blood of a Muslim who accepts Yeshua. Unbelievable stuff. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So the Torah scroll will remain in the house and through a generational curse. But Yahweh said, not only will it remain in the house, but I will destroy the house of timber and stones. What house in Mecca is built with timber and stones? The Kaaba. Or shall we say car bomb? It almost sounds the same. The car bomb. Like some kind of a template. And they go around in Hajj. The Muslim must make at least one Hajj in their lifetime where they circle the Kaaba, and they do exactly what Daryl does here in jest every Shabbat. And if you're like Malcolm X, you better watch out, because he went to Saudi Arabia and almost got killed before he was shot in the Audubon Ballroom. Okay? You know why? Because they almost trampled him like a rock concert. They go, those loquacious, it's like chanting, vain babbling, hello, and they just go around the cut. And Malcolm X was almost run over. Can I hear a good amen? Britt, am I boring you? This is prophecy. It ain't Jack Van Impe. It ain't Hal Lindsey. It ain't pre-tribulation rap. This is prophecy. So, praise Yahweh for true prophecy. And true prophecy understanding. Baruch Hashem Yahweh is right. Now look at this. So don't worry, Islam. The Torah is coming. It's coming to your house, and it's coming to your Kaaba. Yahweh said it's coming to your house, and it's coming. You don't have to take vengeance. Vengeance is mine, saith Yahweh. I will repay. Somebody. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Todah Rabba Yahweh. Look at verse 5. Again, this message, Al-Qeda and the flying Torah scroll. Al-Qeda and the flying Torah scroll. Then the heavenly malach that talked with Zechariah went forth and said to me, lift up your eyes, Zechariah, and see what is this that goes forth. So he's saying, come and see, Zechariah, what it is that goes out, that goes forth. Come see who the thief is that has gone out to steal and destroy the land of Israel. Come see who the thief is. He wants to remain hidden, but I'm exposing him even before there is an Islam. Do you realize Yahweh wrote this about 1,100 years before there was an Islam? He wrote this 1,100 years, Vincent, before there was an Islam. Are you with me? Baruch Hashem Yahweh. And so he says, Zechariah, I'm even going to show you the beast. I'm going to expose the thief who has gone forth over the face, verse 3, of the whole land of Israel to steal. Don't worry. The Torah, this flying Torah scroll is coming. Verse 6. And Zechariah said, I said, what is it? What or who is this thief that goes out to steal, who lives in this house of timber and stone, who has a generational curse, who says the Torah is cursed because it's been perverted by the Jews and swears falsely in the name of a false deity, Allah? Who is this? Now, could Zechariah have known who this was? No. Why? Because there was no Islam in those days. Amen? Can I hear a good amen? Amen. No way he could have known who this was. Now watch this. And I said, what is it? And he said, notice, who is this cursed beast? The thief who's gone to steal and destroy the land of Israel. Zechariah cannot identify the barrel as he sees it here. Now let's continue. Let's continue. He said, Zechariah said, what is it? And the malach, speaking for Yahweh, said, let me help you. This beast who lives in the Kaaba, who swears falsely by my name, who has built a Kaaba of stone and timber, and who is a thief in the land of Israel, because they're constantly trying to go over the land of Israel and take it away, who is who is going to be judged according to the contents of the flying Torah scroll, because they are under a curse. Let me help you. I'll tell you who this end time beast is. It's not the Roman Catholic Church, and it's not the Protestant Church, and it's not Herbert W. Armstrong or Reverend Sun Young Moon. None of the above. F. None of the above. It is Islam. Now watch this. If you can't see this, brothers and sisters, after today, please see me for a periodic checkup. All right? And we'll take your pulse. Not to mention some serious counseling. All right? Because you'll be able to see this very clearly. I know you will. What is this? Who is this cursed beast? Unlike the flying Torah scroll, which Zechariah could identify, he cannot identify this thief whose house is under a generational curse, swearing falsely by a false deity. And yet the messenger says, now it's no longer Yeshua talking to Zechariah, now it's the messenger. He says, listen, this is an ephah measure barrel that goes, listen, an ephah measure barrel that goes forth in the earth. Notice. So Zechariah cannot identify this thief, but Yahweh in a metaphor says that the thief is identified by a measure, an ephah measure, which is a biblical measurement, a measured barrel or a barrel of oil. Hello? Are you with me? A barrel of oil. Therefore, the barrel or the ephah cannot be a missile, since if it was, he would have been able to identify the missile shape and its barrel. Clearly the barrel is a different object or a different vision or a different part of the vision than the flying Torah scroll in verse 1. I'll say that again. The barrel or the ephah measured barrel is a different item than the flying Torah scroll in verse number 1. Does Yahweh need to be any clearer, guys? It's the house, the Kaaba. It's a generational cursed religion. They fail falsely. They swear falsely by a false deity, and they are the ones who are constantly trying to steal the land of Israel. Do you know any other people? The Roman Catholic Church hasn't tried to steal the land of Israel by coming against it for years. The United States doesn't try to take the land of Israel. They try to protect the land of Israel from being taken. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
Todah Rabah Yahweh. Now look at the end of verse 6. In this ephah measure barrel are the transgressions of the whole earth. Today, Islamofascist jihadists are responsible for most of the upheaval and murder in the lives of innocent people and nations around the world, from Kenya to Nigeria to Sudan, you name it, to Rwanda. They are responsible for the upheaval and most of the death and most of the murder taking place in these last days. Am I preaching truth? Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So look here. In it, meaning in this beast, meaning in this barrel of oil, in this ephah measure, this measure of oil, this barrel, what is a barrel? A measurement of oil. Isn't that how oil is sold today on the world market? Britt, isn't that how oil today is sold on the world market? It is this ephah measure is a measure that can either be dry or liquid. This is a liquid measurement that looks like a barrel of oil. And in this barrel, you will find the transgressions of the whole earth. Now listen to this. Now the Master, through the Malach, is really identifying who these end-time people are. The word ephah can be used either for gallons of liquid or dry things, but here it is a liquid barrel of oil that is in view. We are talking about barrels of oil. Yahweh is identifying a people sitting on barrels of oil in an economic wealth that affects the entire earth. The people who are identified as being in the Middle East, close to the land of Israel, confirmed by other references in the Bible, such as Psalm 83, Ezekiel 35, and Obadiah chapter 1. Can I hear a good amen? So in this barrel, this Islamic barrel of oil that is constantly encroaching on the land of Israel, are the transgressions of all the earth in the latter days. In Islam is found the fullness of man's blood guilt and insane depravity. I'll say it again. In Islam is found the fullness of man's blood guilt and insane depravity. Would anyone argue with that? Would anyone deny that? In it, in that barrel, the barrel of the nations who are constantly coming against the land of Israel, who swear falsely by a different deity, who have generational curses in their house, in the house of Islam, the house of Saad. Can anyone argue that this is Islam, the end-time beast? No one can argue about that. Look at verse 7. And see, a talent measure of lead was lifted up. Now see, a talent measure of lead. This is heavy teaching. You need to dial in. Okay? It's heavy. Where were we here? 11. A talent measure of lead was lifted up. Lifted up. Talent measure of lead. Lifted up with the talents of wealth, leading to being lifted up or puffed up with arrogance and pride. So this oil barrel producing people have a talent, a certain amount of pride and arrogance that causes them to be lifted up against Yahweh and against the land of Israel. It's a lead. Lead being a metaphor for what? Arrogance, pride, haughtiness, trusting in these barrels of oil, thinking that these barrels of oil will allow them to continue to be thieves against the land of Israel. And Yahweh says, you may think you're getting away with it, but I'm going to send a flying Torah scroll right into your devious hearts and evil, because in that system, Baruch Hashem Yahweh, in that system, verse 6, are found all the transgressions, or a summation of the fullness of man's blood guilt over the years. Did man spill other men's blood over the years? Yes. Was there killing and these things over the years? Yes. But in this barrel is the fullness of depravity, of human depravity against Yahweh. Can I hear a good amen? So where do you find the fullness of human depravity against Yahweh? In the barrel that metaphorically has this talent that lifts its oil, lifts up its wealth, lifts up its economy, lifts up these things, thinking that because of the barrels, the measure of oil that Yahweh has given them, that they can control and just maim and torture, because in that barrel, turn to your neighbor and say, that barrel is found all the evil of the last days. Yes, there have always been killings. Yes, there's always been maimings. Yes, but it's never. This is a system or a culture of death that thinks when they throw a bomb in an airport that is a holy war. When they kill your baby, it's not murder. It's holy to Allah. Allah cannot exist without continual blood sacrifices and the spilling of innocent blood. Allah cannot survive without the spilling of innocent blood. The Quran says the highest gift to Allah is to kill or to be killed for Allah. That's the highest gift, as the Quran teaches. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. They will be judged by the flying scroll. Think about the foreknowledge, the omniscience, the omnipotence of Yahweh Tzevaot. He knew and pronounced judgment on this beast, this creature, this despotic, maiming, murdering machine before the murdering machine was ever on the earth. Think about Yahweh. He knows the end from the beginning. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. He knows the end. You know what we read today in the Siddur? One of the words used for end is a synonym of techelet. One of the reasons we wear blue, now you heard we wear blue on the tzitzit to remind us of heaven. That's one reason. And the royalty of Yeshua, that's the second reason. But another reason is the Hebrew word techelet can also mean the taf. Yeshua is the aleph and the taf, and techel also means the end. The beginning, the end. So we remember that in the end, the techelet will rule. In the end, the techelet will reign. In the end, the techelet will have his way, and the curse will not have their way, because the curse is about to experience not the United States, not Korea, not the United Kingdom, is about to experience a flying Torah scroll that's going to visit their house. Amen. Not by might, Zechariah 4:6, not by human power, but by my Ruach, says Yahweh. Shout! Baruch Hashem Yahweh. The Torah is ready to do battle. The Torah is ready to do battle. Todah Rabba Yahweh. Like Yahweh said to Yehoshaphat, stand still and see the salvation of our Yahweh. Because the Mitzrites who you see today, you will see no more. Todah Rabba Yahweh. It won't be the Republicans or the Democrats. It'll be the flying Torah scroll. Again, this message, the flying Torah scroll, Al-Qeda, and the flying Torah scroll. So the talent of measure was lifted up because of their opulence. And a woman, there's the woman of Revelation. Not Jezebel. Jezebel's mentioned once in the book of Revelation, the end-time apostate church. We learned that a few weeks ago. This is that woman who rides the city and controls the beast. The woman is a type or a metaphor of false religion that empowers the political system of Sharia law and the end-time beast. So this whole thief that comes not to, but to what? Steal, kill, and destroy. But the Torah is coming again so that you may have life and have it more abundantly. This measure, this ephah measure or barrel, can also be, an ephah measure can also be considered a barrel. And the woman was sitting in the middle of the ephah measured barrel. Notice, who was inside the barrel? A woman. That's the same woman you read about riding the beast, and it's the same woman you read who's judged in Gilead. Now, Baruch Hashem Yahweh. The woman, listen, the woman in the midst of the oil barrel is a description of Islam that is sitting on the barrels and fields of dreams, the barrel and fields of oil. Are they not sitting on the field of oil? Are they not sitting on barrels and barrels and barrels of measured, real, tangible oil? Are they not sitting on this measured barrels of real, tangible oil? I challenge anyone to show me this is not Islam. No other nation wakes up in the morning and goes to bed at night praying for the destruction of Israel as zealously as these people. This is Islam. We need to change our theology if it's not been changed yet. Todah Rabba Yahweh. Now look at this. The woman was sitting in the midst of the ephah measured barrel. The woman is a city or a location, a range of location, that's sitting in the middle of all this oil. The talent is symbolic of the city that through their arrogance and pride controls the economic cycles of the latter-day nations. And who do you think this could be? The nations who control the economic cycles of the world are the Arab nations with their oil. This woman is symbolic of a city in the midst of this entire black liquid. That is the city of Mecca in Saudi Arabia, or the daughter of Babylon. Don't get confused. what you have learned probably is wrong. The Babylon is not the Catholic Church, and the daughter of Babylon are the Protestants. That is a false lie. It is not accurate. Babylon is Babylon, was Babylon, and always will be Babylon. It is the same place where Nimrod was. It was the same place where Saddam was. It is Babylon, and from Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon came many, many daughters, and today the great daughter of Babylon is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is in the exact location of ancient Nebuchadnezzar.